Now that right there is how you play fucking Steelers football.
Damn straight, man.
Holy fucking shit. The Steelers defeat the Atlanta Falcons 41-17. They get their first home win of the season. Tremendous performance on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely, man. I mean, obviously coming to this game, I think many people, if not all people, suspected this was going to be a complete shootout. This is going to be a very close game. It's going to come down to the wire. It was definitely not like that. I can't even speak right now just because of I'm shocked of this performance, especially from this defense, man.
Yeah, the offense was completely expected because against a bruised up and weak defense of the Falcons, but the defense from the Steelers,
wow,
yo,
like I don't know what they did this past week. I don't know what they did from last week to this week, but I love it, and they have to keep it up.
They have to. They definitely do.
They do, man, and. Like I said, coming into this game, we all expected a shootout. This turned out to be a blowout.
Seriously, the Steelers were...
And I'm not complaining, but I did not expect this from this team.
I don't think any Steelers fan did, really, because we know how the defense has performed so far this season.
Right.
They performed like they should. Like, this defense in this game was literally just as hot as Derek Lewis's balls last night. I know that sounds gay as fuck.
Great.
I know that sounds gay as fuck, but I just had to put that shit in there.
I give you that, man. That shit was fucking great,
The defense stepped up, and I'm hoping this continues.
Yeah, exactly. And, it's sad that, coming into this game, a lot of Steelers fans expected that our defense was going to play trash, but I say completely that I am absolutely glad that we were wrong. I am absolutely glad that they made us eat our words. And I hope to God they keep this up and continue this performance. This was absolutely nice. Now, I'm not saying that our defensive performance was great or tremendous. It was very well. It was very good. There's still obviously a few mistakes like missed tackles and penalties and blown coverage. The obvious reoccurrence shit. But this is just baby steps to fixing this defense completely and becoming a defensive team once again.
A top-tier defense like we should.
Right, and this
is the talent that we possess.
Exactly, and this is just step one. So let's just keep this up, man. And what a much needed, phenomenal victory from this team. I'm hyped. I love it, man.
Seriously.
Man, this was great. So let's just get right into it, man. Let's start with the offense. Offense played great. They played... honestly, this entire team... This is the best that this team has looked all year, offensively and defensively, and the team overall.
Seriously.
This was the best this team has ever looked all year, and I'm glad. And you couldn't ask for it at a better time.
Yeah,
because we needed this win. We needed we needed a dub. We needed some momentum going into not only the Bengals next week, but the bye week after the Bengals next week.
Seriously, because we're in a tough predicament right now with our record.
Exactly. So this was a much-needed win, and what a great performance to get that win. And
Seriously.
Let's just feed off of that. But the offense played tremendous. Let's start with Ben. He had a pretty good game. He started off very sloppy. He finished with 250 yards and 3 touchdowns, but there was this one play.
Now, this is probably really the only negative that we're going to say right here, but there was this one play. It was near the end of the second quarter, nearly of the first half, and he was throwing, they were in red zone position. I believe they had 20 seconds on the clock. They had one timeout. I think it was actually 2nd and goal. Correct us if we're wrong.
Yeah, and here's the thing, it was 2nd and goal, I believe. We had one timeout left. We had about 20 seconds left in the first half. Ben motions out of the pocket. He's got an open field to him. He searches for a receiver and no one's open. So, instead of throwing the ball away with that extra timeout and with 20 seconds to go and with an extra down, because remember it was 2nd down, he just lobs it in the air in the middle of the end zone, targeting AB, who was in triple coverage, and it was picked off.
Yeah, right there. I was just like, what the fuck are you doing, Ben?
Yeah, seriously,
this is not the Ben that we all know.
Seriously, Ben is not Ben this year. And I understand that has an effect with age, but being a 15-year veteran, who makes that play?
Seriously.
Who makes that? Who doesn't just throw it away?
Earlier in the play, there was this big lane on the left side of the field on where he was. He could have easily ran it, potentially if he could make a touchdown.
We're getting an extra few yards or something, something besides just making a rookie mistake when he is a 15-year veteran. That's the only negative we can think of Ben, but that is just very odd and weird and really concerning and pissed us off. I don't understand that.
Yeah, seriously.
You're a 15-year veteran and you make a throw like that?
That's something that Ben cannot do. And that's something that this offense cannot do and give away turnovers.
Right.
We can't do that because I believe right now Ben has the most giveaways in the league right now.
Which is very concerning with this offense.
It is.
But besides that, he did have a very sloppy start. But he did pick up the pace late in the game when it mattered most, and that was great to see.
Especially when he targeted Antonio Brown.
Yeah, man.
Like him and Brown finally got that Wi-Fi connection working.
Yeah,
you know how Antonio Brown, made their connection, similar to like Wi-Fi. Yeah, his quote saying, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but right now it's working right now.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi connection is back up, and it's great to see, and it couldn't happen at a much better time.
Seriously,
like AB had 6 catches, 101 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
This is Antonio Brown's first game this season with over 100 receiving yards.
Yeah, totally.
So it was a tremendous performance right there. It was great having that connection again. I'm hoping this continues.
Absolutely, and like I said, it just couldn't happen at a much better time, and it's just, it sucks that, excuse me, it sucks that it happened now. It sucks that the connection wasn't working, day one and everything, and it took a few weeks to get used to it, but better now than never.
Seriously.
And like Definitely. I said, it couldn't happen at a much better time. So it's good to see. Good to see they're back. Their connection's back. They're back on a roll. They're the, in my opinion, the best wide receiver quarterback duo in the league again. So hopefully it just continues and they feed off of that and just be that AB Ben connection that we all love and know and love to watch.
Damn straight, dude.
So
damn straight.
As for Juju, besides that great touchdown catch he didn't really have much. But honestly, the way I see it, if this offense can continue performing like this and keep it on a roll and stay consistent, then I feel like that opens up a lot of things for this offense, such as Juju and AB being that great duo that we all know they can be.
Yeah, also get James Washington involved as well. We didn't really see a lot from him. I like to see James Washington get more involved.
Completely. He is a very young, talented, and could be a very underrated receiver in this league.
Definitely.
If you give him the opportunity. So hopefully we mix him in a little bit. But like I said, with this offense just now picking up, and hopefully they continue it, this opens up many opportunities for this offense. And that's exciting to think about.
Definitely.
But we just have to stay consistent and keep this up. That's the only concern.
And
highlight of the offense.
And the star of the offense, James Conner.
And probably highlight of the game, the player of the game, dude.
Now, you see what happens when you feed the ball to a running back like James Conner? You see what happens when you utilize the rushing game and early on in the game?
Exactly. Now, I know some of you guys are saying that the reason why we abandoned the run game, or we had to abandon the run game in previous games, was because the defense sucks. And yes, I agree completely.
Yeah, definitely.
And I don't blame us for doing that. But there were times where we evened it up, or even got close to evening it up, and we still abandoned the run game.
Yeah, seriously.
But thankfully, that did not happen today. And James Conner, man, 110 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, along with 75 receiving yards.
That's 185 total yards he put on right here.
That is fucking phenomenal. What a great fucking performance by Conner, man. Absolutely phenomenal. And really, we just have to keep feeding him the ball down the stretch, man. He is the absolute difference maker for this offense. When you give him reps, when you give him an opportunity, when you feed him the ball,
he's going to put up numbers like this. He's going to do this.
Exactly. Look what happens. Feed him the ball. Keep feeding him the ball. And really, he just helps control this game. And
drive this offense down the field. He helps us.
Exactly.
He's a big helping hand.
He just helps control this offense and control this game.
This is what happens when you utilize James Conner in a running game.
Exactly, and look what he has done, man.
Look how our offense looked right here.
Exactly, and
I know it was against a very weak and injured Falcons defense, but this can happen to any defense whatsoever.
Yes. I mean, I feel like if you gave Conner more reps and more opportunity in the previous games, granted, yes, the defense was down, but still, I think we still should have utilized him and established a rushing game when we kept it close. Look, who's to say that this wouldn't have happened in the previous games?
Seriously,
see what happens when you give him.
Conner still could produce big numbers.
Exactly. See what happens when you give him an opportunity and give him reps. This is phenomenal, man.
This is what he puts up.
I'm loving what I'm seeing from James Conner. He looked like absolute monster. Looked like absolute beast. Hopefully this continues. Feed him the ball. Continue to give him the ball, and I think this guy can be an absolute star in this league and potentially for this team if you just keep doing that.
Definitely.
Let him continue to prove himself. Let him continue to show we don't need Bell.
Even when Bell comes back, apparently he's supposed to come back during the Week 7 bye. If he comes back, please still utilize Conner.
Yes, we should. And I think if Bell comes, because we don't know if he's coming back. We don't know if this is confirmed. We don't really know until Bell comes back to the facility and signs the papers and puts the uniform on. We don't really know. But if he comes back, we still have to utilize Conner. I think we can use nice 2 running back sets with Bell and Conner. I feel like Conner sitting behind Bell for a few games would help him mature and grow and progress and marinate a little more. And imagine that. You see what he's doing now. Imagine him marinating behind Bell for a little bit. And then you have him be the starter next year when Bell leaves, because more likely he is leaving, or if we trade him. Have him marinate for a little bit. Just imagine. Now,
Seriously.
I don't think he needs it at the moment, but imagine.
It would just make him a whole lot better. A better player, a better person, and it would just make this whole offense a lot better.
It's scary to think. It's exciting, but scary to think about.
Seriously.
It's amazing. But Connor absolutely starred the game, in my opinion. Had a phenomenal performance. Keep feeding him the ball.
Seriously. The offense absolutely performed great.
The best they've ever looked all season. And they need to feed off of this.
Yes, they do.
Stay consistent. Keep this up. This is phenomenal, man. Good shit. And now, on with the defense, man. Played very well. Surprisingly, like we said, we all expected the defense to come out and play like shit, and this would be an absolute shutout or shootout and keep it close and everything, but they made us eat our words, and I am, for the first time in my life, I am very glad that they made me eat my words.
Yeah, seriously. They limited the fucking offense, especially with how they performed so far in the season.
Seriously.
Only 17 points.
I expected
like 30 or 40 or something like that.
Yeah, but 17 against a high-powered offense? That is great. Dude, we contaminated Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley. Now, Mohamed Sanu and I think Austin Hooper is his name. They were really the only X factors for that Falcons offense, but there wasn't enough.
Yeah.
And we contained Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley.
And the running game for the Falcons didn't do anything whatsoever. Yeah. Devontae Freeman came back from injury. He did nothing. Tevin Coleman couldn't do anything. The third stringer, I mean...
Ito Smith, he got a touchdown, late garbage time touchdown, but still.
Yeah.
This defense played very well. There's still things that we have to fix, but this is baby steps to fixing that.
Definitely.
So I'm glad to see us hopefully grow. Now, Bobby did mention to me before we started recording, does this fix or does this save Keith Butler's job?
No,
it doesn't.
Because we've seen the same story, we've seen the same movie several freaking times. And ever since he became our defensive coordinator.
Exactly.
We've seen it several times. It's the same ending.
Exactly.
We look like a great... I don't mean to interrupt you again.
No, you're good. Go
ahead. But we keep playing at a high caliber level. We're looking like a Super Bowl winning defense, and then when we go up against a big game, for example, the Jaguars game
or the Patriots,
we just fucking play so shitty.
Yeah.
We play so bad.
So
if Butler wants to keep his job, if we want to try to win first of all, we got to try to make the playoffs first. But if we want to try to win the Super Bowl, Butler's got to be consistent with
and if we want to stand a chance against those high caliber teams, which we know we can, but it's all to the coaching. If we want to stand a chance against those teams, like I said, Butler needs to step up and stay consistent. Now, I don't trust him to do that. And like you said, we've seen this movie several times, but this movie needs to have a different ending. It has to.
A happier ending.
And if it doesn't, Butler has to. I think he has to go. But if this has if it has the same ending, if it's the same shit,
if this happens again,
boot him, give him a first-class ticket out of Pittsburgh immediately.
Seriously.
Pack his bags, send him on his way. This can't happen. But a great performance, a very well performance from the defense. But the
highlight of the defense really was the pass rush.
Yes,
we freaking utilized the pass rush, and they did their fucking job. Especially this number 90 right here. T.J. Watt, 3 sacks in this game, I believe. He also got a forced fumble, which caused L.J. Fort to recover in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and speaking of L.J. Fort, man, the inside linebacker stepped up a little bit. Manicavage looked good. Fort looked good. Now, I wish we would have seen a little bit of a mix of Matthew Thomas in there, but hopefully, we rotate him a little more throughout the season, depending on how significant Vince Williams' injury is. But still, the inside linebackers did step up, and they they still made a few mistakes, like coverage. But
definitely.
But that's why I think we need to mix Matthew Thomas in there a little bit, because his size and speed and explosiveness can help that.
It definitely can.
But hopefully we see a little bit more of that in the next coming games. But and especially with the bye week coming up, we gotta start mixing it up and rotating up a little bit. Come up with a better game plan, better strategy.
Yeah.
So but other than that, this game had this was a great performance. Offense looked great. Defense played well. Even special team played very good, man.
The special teams was like on point, especially Roosevelt Nix on that block punt.
Yeah, seriously. Roosevelt Nix, I remember he even had a phenomenal lead block on Connor's second rushing touchdown late in the game. Roosevelt Nix has earned every single penny from his new deal. Roosevelt Nix is a very underrated fullback in this league.
He is.
He is a Pro Bowl fullback.
He is.
He is someone that can do it all.
He's a guy that can block. He's a guy that can hit. He's a guy that can run. He's a guy that can catch. He's a very versatile freaking fullback. He's a very versatile player in this league.
And I want to see us mix him up a little bit in the offense. Now, I don't think it's needed, but it would be cool to see him a little more because, I mean, he is just too good.
Yeah, seriously, utilize your players.
Seriously. So, other than that, man, what a phenomenal performance. Offense played great. Defense played well. Special teams showed the fuck up. This entire team showed the fuck up. I'm glad to see it. Let's continue it. Next week, one of the most anticipated bouts of the entire year.
One of the best rivalries in the league against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, we all know what happened last time, so this should be a very interesting bout, man. But let's just game plan. Let's just get ready. Let's enjoy this win, and let's use this as motivation heading into next week, and let's try to get a dub next week heading into the bye.
Definitely, man.
So, anyway, guys, that's the vid. Hope you guys enjoyed. Give us your thoughts about the game in the comments below. Great win. Phenomenal to see, man. Let's just build off of this. Let's continue this performance, man.
Here we go, Steelers.
Damn straight. Baby steps into who we really are, man. The Pittsburgh Steelers. This is baby steps. This is step one. Let's just keep it up, man.
Hell yeah.
Seriously, man. Great performance.
Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you later. Peace!